This was handed down from ancient Sanskrit. So this is very ancient. It's kind of like Bhagavad Gita type of stuff. Number 1, you will receive a body. You may not like it or not, but it will be yours for the entire period and round this cycle. 2, you will learn lessons. You are enrolled in a full-time informal school called life. Each day in this school, you will have the opportunity to learn lessons. You may like the lessons or think them entirely irrelevant or stupid. Number 3, and that's the whole point, you're supposed to forget all of this. You don't know this when you come here. And that's the whole point. You come in this game, you're trying to remember it.
Yeah, that's the adventure. There'd be no adventure if you
exactly. Number 3, there are no mistakes, only lessons. Growth is a process of trial and error. Experimentation. The failed experiments are as much a part of the process as the experiment that ultimately works and rewards. Number 4, a lesson is repeated until it is learned. A lesson will be presented to you in various forms until you have learned it. Then you can go on to the next lesson.
Yep.
So if you keep experiencing the same cycle, same experience in relationships, the same experience in career and job, right? There's probably a reason, because there's something that you yet still need to learn and integrate fully. Number 5, learning lessons does not end. It never ends. There is no part of life that does not contain its lessons. If you're alive, there are lessons to yet be learned. 6, there is no better place than here.
And now.
When you're there, quote unquote, has become here, you will simply obtain another there that will again look better than here. 7, others are merely mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects to you something that you love or hate about yourself.
That's why family can be challenging.
So that means if you spot it in someone, you got it. If you want to call out someone for what they do in their bad behavior, usually it's like I used to work with people that used to complain about so-and-so being so arrogant. And then I started thinking, well, the guy that they're calling out as arrogant is not really arrogant. The most arrogant people that I've seen around here might be the guy who said it.
It seems like compassion is kind of like the shotgun approach. Like you can be a dummy and just lean on compassion, and you kind of sort out a lot of this math stuff, and it just math just happens for you.
Very true. But you also still have to learn how to balance your brain. Now, so let's say that I like physics and I only like physics. My brain is going to be more challenging for me to balance than if I liked a broad range of things. It's just like working out one part of your muscle and not working out, it's like working out your bicep, but not your triceps. It doesn't really work, right? You have to kind of do it in balance. Otherwise it's off. So if you want to get a balanced brain, you have to study an equal part of geometry, an equal part of art, an equal part of music, an equal part of mathematics, an equal part of astronomy, an equal part of the physical sciences.
Could you just passively be studying geometry by doing something like being an athlete? Like if you're a quarterback, you're a genius with geometry, but you don't necessarily have the numbers to apply to it, but you're a lot better with geometry than probably a lot of mathematicians.
You're probably at an unconscious level, you're probably right, but not necessarily at the conscious level, right? At the conscious level, you probably want to be able to understand those principles because those principles have value to you. They definitely bring value because, I look at it like this. So philosophy in its applied form is mathematics. Applied mathematics is geometry. Applied geometry is biology. Right? Or rather, applied geometry is physics. Applied physics is chemistry. Applied chemistry is biology. Applied biology is psychology. Applied psychology is sociology. And applied sociology is back to philosophy. And applied philosophy is back to mathematics. So it goes through this whole loop. So there is no such thing as separation, right? It's like math and physics is just a language. It's like the computer code underlying the simulation that the architect or God figure made for us to experience this life. And ultimately, why are we here? I believe we're here to remember who we are and to learn how to love and how to be loved.
I interrupted the rules of life. I
Yeah.
apologize.
So the rules of life, to finish the rules of life,
Yeah.
we can't leave that. People would be like, no, what are the last two?
Hold on.
That's right. There's two more.
Yeah.
What you make of your life is up to you. You have all the tools and resources that you need, and what you will do with them is up to you entirely. The choice is yours. The answers lie inside you. This is number 9. The answers to life's questions lie inside you. All you need to do is to listen and trust. I think this is a really good way of looking at life. And once you realize that, it's like all the things that you still get triggered by are the things that still need to yet be transmuted.
Yeah. There's a resonance within you.
Yeah. If you don't like what you're experiencing in your outer world, then stop and say, wait a minute. Am I still judging this thing? Am I still judging this thing? Because if I am, it's going to continue to show up everywhere in my field.
Yeah. If you don't like it, love it.
Yeah. Very well said. I like that. If you don't like it, love it. Here we go. I love that. It's like what people think often is that we're in this game and we're here to transcend or get out of this earth, simulation game or whatever. And we have to fight against all the bad. We have to fight against all the things in the world that are just injustices, et cetera. All that will happen, the more we fight against things, is we will get more pushback and more fight back. And the number of people that are suffering from the things that we're judging will increase exponentially until we finally learn to let it go. And once we finally learn to let it go, then we can start to find peace.